Don't miss the RMMC coming in mid-April, presented by NARMS International, the largest event for retail merchandising and marketing across North America. For more, go to narms.com. This is The Deep Think. We're here at Natural Products Expo West on the show floor to talk about childhood obesity and what the natural products industry can do about it. Joining me are Ashley Koff, dietitian and author of Mom Energy, and Dr. Alan Greene, pediatrician and author of Feeding Baby Greene. Thanks for joining us. So first, we want to talk about some breaking news that's happened in the past couple weeks around childhood nutrition about arsenic being found in organic brown rice syrup. This is an ingredient that's in many baby foods. Dr. Alan Greene, what about this? What about this issue?
That was very alarming for parents, and it made them question the value of organics. I think one of the key things to understand is when it's been compared head to head, the conventional rice syrups have 4 times the arsenic of the organic. So yeah, arsenic's an issue that we need to pay attention to, but organic is part of the solution, not part of the problem.
And in addition, the arsenic wouldn't be the only issue you'd be worried about for your kids if you were not choosing organic, right? So if you look at the chemicals that are in non-organic rice syrup, it's not a clean product.
And you know, even a year ago, the mandate was rice cereal for kids' nutrition.
Right, last year on this date, the #1 most recommended first food to start kids on their food journey by pediatricians across the country was conventional processed white flour that we called rice cereal. But there was a little campaign called Whiteout, a grassroots campaign to let every child's first grain be a whole grain, their first food actually be a real whole food. And it took off like wildfire. At the end of the year, 14,800 physicians were surveyed, and 93% said they would never recommend the white rice cereal
in just
again.
1 year.
In just 1 year, dramatic change. And so change can happen.
Who made that change? Was it moms? Was it the media? Was it, I mean, I know, you're out there talking about it, but who really made their voice heard to make that change?
So it started with just a small group of us that had a clear, simple message for people to do. And we spread it to moms. We spread it to parents and talked to key mom groups around the country. They spread it everywhere. Then physicians started getting asked about it, wrote an article for physicians that became the #1 most read children's health article by the physicians group over the year. So it spread, but the moms was where the power was.
And sort of much like what's happening now with GMOs, this mobilization in the natural industry around a topic and then going and really making a difference.
900,000 today signatures on justlabellit.org, which is 900,000. That's like more, we were hearing last night, that's more than any other food petition the entire country has ever had behind it. Moms are going, I do not want my kids to be an experiment.
And it's such a simple, clean idea you really shouldn't ever argue against. People deserve the right to know what's in their food. Just label it. And you can choose whatever you want. The only reason to stand against that is if you have an interest in keeping it a secret.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're lucky, you can see on different products, and you see that here at the Expo. I love it because the non-GMO Project Verified booth keeps getting bigger and bigger to house all the products. But remember, organic means non-GMO. So, I have people all the time, they're like, oh, I have another label I have to look for. You don't have to if you're looking for the USDA organic label.
And so we've got some products here and some organic products here that represent sort of the best, some child nutrition trends that we're seeing moving forward with organic and wholesome and a return to really purity in children's nutrition. So let's talk about this first one here in the squeeze pouch.
So a couple things that are going on with this trend. One is that we've learned in recent years that children learn food preferences much like they learn a language. It's not something you're born with. It's what you're exposed to in multiple ways. So all around the Natural Products Expo, you're seeing baby foods with cool ingredients that are teaching a sophisticated palate. It's a fantastic trend. And one of the things that we've been doing is adding Greek yogurt and ancient grains, which I think are really cool, all individually trends you're seeing around here.
Instead of adding isolated calcium carbonate or soy protein isolate or all that, the other part is kids are getting the nutrition in the whole food form. So again, you don't have to then go invest in all these dollars for supplements and other things. But playing a little bit of devil's advocate, one of the things that we were talking about is it's also really important to understand this is so much better than what has existed, so much better than what's been in a jar. But kids need to know that what an apple looks like, right? Or what a baked apple smells and tastes like. So, these are great options. But one of the things that when working with patients is I often caution them, your kid isn't meant to be, if your kid's a little bit fussy, sucking on this while you're driving the car, like that's what a pacifier is for. So, make sure that and I was asking you, like, when should they play with forks, knives, and spoons? Because I don't want their only behavior to be this, instead.
No, I think it's very important to get them doing that. The other big trend that's early on, and I think is important for childhood obesity and just in general for developing food culture, is to let the very first meal, instead of the kid over here in a high chair, be a shared meal. And just start off, instead of this bifurcation into kids' products versus adults, stuff that you all like.
Start off everything together.
Everything together. And the first food is to actually take an avocado and cut it, or a banana or sweet potato. You eat some, mash it up, give them some. And if you're going to use baby foods for convenience, make the foods that you would like and use it as a sauce or a dip or a spread of some kind.
Yeah, because one of the things that we're seeing in all of these products, we have a chia product over here, and it's a drinkable chia. Chia is an amazing source of fiber. It's a great way to get your omega-3s. And which is great too, because again, it's not like you have to go out and take a specific supplement for that, and you can drink it. This product is marketed towards adults. Kids can drink it. You can pour out an appropriate size for your child, and then you can have it as well. And that's also great because you don't end up having as much. So I think it's really important, because also one of the things that I see is the kids that are not eating fruits and vegetables, the parents aren't eating fruits and vegetables. So if we can kind of encourage everyone in that space, they'll get their fiber. Exactly. Exactly.
And then, so the last thing we want to talk about is Campbell's recently announced that no BPA in any of their cans moving forward. Who knows if they're actually going to do this?
I believe they will do it, but that doesn't mean immediately moving forward.
Right.
That's over time. They're phasing it out. But that's a big thing, that they're phasing it out. BPA is a nasty chemical in a bunch of different plastics, and certainly can linings.
And this bottle is actually a glass bottle if you're BPA free.
And one of the reasons to pay attention to that is also in skincare. We've got to move beyond just thinking about what we put into our mouths. We've got to look at what we put on our skin. We've got to look at what our skin is touching. So I think it's really important to look at all of those spaces and where are the chemicals and try to avoid them.
Well, thanks so much for sharing your insights today on childhood obesity and what the natural industry can do moving forward to combat it. Well, that's it for today's Deep Think. Thanks to our sponsor, the National Association for Retail Marketing Services, for allowing us to bring you this exclusive video coverage. You can check out all of our videos from Expo West 2012 at newhope360.com/video and follow us on Twitter at newhope360 for the latest news as it happens. Thanks for watching.